early birds and night owls. My name is Nox, aka Mako, and welcome back to SimAirport. Now I understand that everything looks a little bit different, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it, because we had to move to an extra large map. Reason why is that the runways are now functional and only small ones will, small ones will take just smaller flights. Medium ones would take like the medium flights, like I believe the 707s and things like that. And of course we need the large runways just so we can take our very, very, very big flights like 747s and A380s. And so that's what we're doing here. We upgraded everything now and we have tons more room, which honestly we didn't have before. I am keeping it to just 8 gates, 2 runways, because I want to actually do this challenge so I can, schedule things to the best of my abilities, even though I clearly have very, very little scheduling abilities, but we'll see what happens. Right, so we have tons of room over here, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like restrooms in the middle, maybe a cafe over here, and some other retail area right over here, and these areas in here, I intend for this middle area here to be security and ticketing, and over here of course it's going to be like the queuing areas for our gates. As you can see, that's a little bit stuffed up. And when's our next flight? At noon, so it has more than enough time for people to board and whatnot, and that should be okay. Now I tried to keep this as close as possible, I should say, to the previous airport by moving the next gates over here. So it's going to be A1, A2, A3. So of course we're going to have to build a very long hallway all the way down to get to this one, just like we did before, because I didn't want to, change too much of it. But at the same time, I couldn't make it the exact same layout because of this guy up here, which is, as you can see, super duper long. Like, this is not anywhere close to medium map. I actually tried to upgrade the medium map in terms of land expansion, and it was, let me say, it was probably the most expensive thing that I've purchased in this game, at least before I bought this runway here, because this runway is, let's see, how much is that? How expensive is that runway? It is 280,000, and I believe each land expansion chunk was about 115,000, which was crazy expensive and just not worth it. We had to keep buying over and over and over until expanding far enough to be able to fit this, but it just never seemed to be far enough, and so that's why we started anew. We do have a few flights on our schedule right now. I believe we only have 3. Yes, we do. 2 from Galactic Point and 1 from Aerostar. The Aerostar is of course the smallest flight. It's the first one that we're always, we're always offered. So like I grabbed it just because, and it seems like we might actually need more help over here in security, although the flight isn't exactly in just yet, so maybe it's gonna be okay. Maybe we're going to be just fine. Maybe we have here are people showing up early for the next flight. No, I doubt it. I highly doubt that there are people here for the next flight, because this is just a little bit too early. And so we have a baggage claim over here. I don't want this here at all. What I want to do is I want to put the baggage claim out over here, have only 2 of the baggage carousels, because I think we are only going to need maybe at max 4 of them for 8 gates. And so I want to move them further to the back over here, then have the rest of this be like a sitting area or something like that, because I feel like that's going to be, a better thing to do. Also, this looks like a catastrophe right now. I do want to add 2 more gate agents just because it seems like we're running a little bit long. Maybe? I think we're good, actually. I think we're good. And now people for the next flight are showing up. Well, that looks like it's actually working out quite nicely. Although, this next flight should be pretty big. So, this one's going to be the one that... Hey, look at that. All the Uber cars. This one's going to be the one that really tells us just how well we're doing or how not well we're doing. So, let's see. We're making 19,000. We can already grab loans. Thank goodness. What else are we researching right now? Well, you might have noticed something new, right, you guys? You may have noticed that we have this little operations tab right up over here. And so this will allow us to actually change the amount of buses that we get, change the frequency of how often we get retail deliveries, garbage pickups, light rail, how often the light rail comes, which, thank goodness, because in that big airport that we had, we needed more trains, and they just seem to never come. And so to get that, to unlock that, we have to do operations 2 over here, which is still going, so we're going to get that soon. Now, the only thing I'm going to change from that, I think, is buses, because right now we really don't need that many buses. Unless, there's like a whole crowd over here that I did not notice. Okay, how many people are going to go on that one? We might just need 2 buses per day, it seems. maybe actually I'm going to say 4 buses per day until we get the light rail, just because I think the light rail is going to help us very, very much. Also, can we grab any other flights for tomorrow, because I think we're going to need maybe some more money making, maybe something at night. I'm going to have to say no. That one's just a morning flight. That's not good. Okay, well, that's too bad, so sad for us. I guess we're not going to get anything for the nighttime. I guess we're going to have to keep waiting. That's okay. We have more than enough flights for now to make some kind of money. And we have loans available to us, which means we could expand out to here. However, you know me. I want to wait until this day is done before we actually take out loans, because I don't want to actually have to pay for our loans so soon. Let's see. Can we afford... No, we can't. Well, that's a little bit of a trip. I guess what I'm going to do is, once we get our loans, I am going to get that first, because that's going to save us maybe $2,000 per day. And I mean, you know what? Probably not the best thing to do with the loan money, but it's just something that we have to do with it. And then we'll just get something like this. Wait, we're only going to get we're only going to get $100,000. What am I thinking? No, I can't even get loans. Like, that's not going to be enough. If I do, let's see. 16. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna need 4 pieces of taxiway plus a gate. That's gonna be like $100,000 in and of itself. So that's gonna be a little bit insane, and we're about to lose some money from our daily expenses. So this is not going so well. We're gonna have to grab another flight somehow, some way, somewhere. Some random nighttime flight that kind of sort of fits. Let's see. What can we grab? That's kind of big. But maybe, just maybe, yeah, they have nothing for us. I mean, the 707 would be good, but I feel like Star Connect is going to cut ties with us. Alternatively, we could do this. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and we're going to change it as we go along, because that's going to get us... Oh, yeah. That's going to get us money for sure. All right, so let's see. What kind of flight can we grab up in here? Because I would like one nighttime flight. Just one. Maybe not a 707. Maybe a 707 is going to work. You know what, you guys? I might have to grab that, because I don't see any 767, surprisingly. Those are all baby flights. Starflight, please. Please have no... Ooh, afternoon. I guess... Yeah, I'm going to have to grab a 707 at this point, because it seems like we're not going to be... Oh, wow, we just got a ton of money from that. You know what? I think we're good. I think we're good for now, and I'm not going to grab any other flights just because it's not going to be worth it. I will, however, grab this, and we are totally screwed now, aren't we? Alright, so let's go ahead and build this up before things get really bad. I should say, when things go from bad to worse, because, you know, if we wait so long to spend all of our money, then we're going to lose it all. Alright, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and expand our foundation. Maybe we can reach that. Maybe. I have my doubts, because that seems to... Oh geez, this is, that's a little bit of trouble there. I think we have to go for a 3 by, ooh, it has to be a 5. So let's see, we have to go to $80,000. 80,000. We are not making that much money. However, we could if I grab some more flights for tomorrow. But that's gonna mean that we are gonna get this guy in, which I'm not so sure about. Maybe we could raise our prices a little bit more. Maybe that wouldn't be the worst thing. Well, you know what? It's the beginning of the day. We still have some money coming into us, so we shall see what we can do. Alright, so we have our operations up and running. So, it seems we get a bus every 30 minutes, which is so expensive. I think what I want to do is get one every 4 hours. That might be more than enough. As for retail, it says daily restock. We don't exactly have retail right now, so I guess that's okay. And same thing with garbage. It's fine as it is right now. Don't want to have to pay for it so often, especially since we are currently not making much garbage. So let's just apply those changes so we can save some money on buses. As for expanding out this way, I'm going to wait for this first, or I should say second flight to land before grabbing some of these flights, because we are going to need these. No doubt about that. However, I want to make sure that we have plenty of money from that. Alright, so we can expand a little ways away. Let's just see. How much money is this going to give us? That's really not going to give us much money unless we maybe grab that guy. But that guy is super dangerous because it requires high passenger satisfaction, and it seems like maybe we're not having nice satisfaction. See, I would normally have no qualms about grabbing that. However, the termination fee is massive, and I don't want deal with that at all. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and grab these. Morning, afternoon. Sure. And this one has another morning and an afternoon flight. Sure, I might have just made a big mistake. I don't care. That's really the worst way to go about it. I know. But let's see. All right, so we're going to have a morning flight here. That one's massive. This one's not so massive at all. That one is pretty massive as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move this one around right to there. This one, I suppose I could probably put it right in there because I think 3 hours is probably more than enough for that. Same thing with this one. Are you a morning flight? You are a morning flight. Do we have any other morning flights over here? No, we do not. Perfect. Whew. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop you right up in there because I think that's going to work out just nicely. I think. All right, so which one do we have that's smaller capacity? Oh, you're massive, so you are probably going to go on your own thing. Let's see. That one has 400 people. I suppose 2.5 hours are good for it. This is as far as we can go. Okay, so never mind. I'm going to leave 2 hours there. This one might be okay where it is. I'm going to have to figure that out later on because clearly we might be able to get one more in there, but for now, that's just the way it is. All right, so foundation. We, of course, have to make the foundation as cheap as is possible, which means probably just dropping it. Just like, jeez. How can we still not afford this? This is just going to be 2 walls put together. I kind of want at least one tiny hallway. My gosh. All right, we grabbed all those flights for probably nothing because we're not going to be able to get them in until this next flight over here actually lands, which, of course, is not going to give us much at all, which... Wait, that's a 747. What was I talking about? Hello, money, come to me. Please and thank you. Oh, boy. Gotta love expenses. And we don't really have any more loans to grab. We will have to pay that out pretty soon. Oh, boy. Gotta love it when I dig myself into a hole. You guys just gotta love it. But hey, you know what? On the bright side, we're saving on money on buses. And you know, there's just a ton of people waiting there and they're probably gonna get really upset. That's not the best thing, but I really don't want to spend so much on buses. Buses just seem to be a little bit too insane. So, another 2 hours-ish until we get our next flight coming in, which means we should be getting a nice chunk of change since it is a 747 and whatnot. I think we can actually grab more flights. Honestly, this one left. Let's see what we have here. This one was supposed to leave at 2, left at 3 something. We could probably push this one in and then grab another thing over there. However, we really don't have big flights to grab. Yeah, we would have to settle on smaller flights because all of our big flights are kind of stuck over here and we're not going to get them for a very, very long time. So I guess we're going to have to make do with what we have, you guys. And that means that, you know, we're going to have to try to use the money as wisely as we can. And if that means spending it all on foundation, then that means spending it all on foundation then. We are 110,000% broke right now, and it's not a good feeling, honestly. But we have 2 gates, and somehow this works, even though it's kind of squishy. I don't know how people actually go into that tunnel, but sure. So we should be making $117,000 today, and with that money, besides, you know, paying off our, our debt here, we are going to try to pay off some of our loan because the loan is a little bit too much for me to handle right now. Also, maybe we should fire our CFO because I don't think the CFO is doing much right now, huh? Let's see. I mean, we could get that. That would help a little bit if we were to ever get money, because clearly that didn't put much of a dent. We should be getting another flight coming in pretty soon, though. Final approach right now for the A380. Ooh, another big flight. Wait, why did we put those in the early morning? That means they're probably not going to have that many people. 234, we're going to have, 381. Oh, never mind. I take that back. That one actually has quite a few people. Well, maybe now we can actually bump this up a little bit. Even though our airport is really not the nicest thing right now, we could probably, you know, get some more money from that, and that's going to help out. We should be making nearly $150,000 now. You know, despite the fact that we already had these 2 land, it's still a pretty good amount of money, and I'm not, it's raining. It's raining a lot. It is raining a lot. I hope that doesn't actually screw with our schedule here, because sometimes maybe we might have some flight delays. I'm not entirely sure if those actually happen. I've not yet seen that happen, and oh boy, we're actually still in pretty big debt. Right, so I'm actually surprised that this works. I don't know how it works, because that's basically like a tiny little hallway with no room for anybody to actually get on. But sure, whatever, you know what? It is what it is, or I'm going to take it just because it works. So, problem over here is that security might be a little bit too cluttered right now. Oh, maybe not right now. Maybe when we have like the big ones like that. But for now, we are getting some smaller flights. Let's see. At night, we should be having... Yeah, anyway. I did grab this Star Connect flight just for the money, so we can actually finish building this out. But yeah, at night we should be having one bigger flight. I don't know if this is going to cause a problem. I don't think it will, because it seems like security is okay. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Look at that. That's just nightmare fuel right there. If I ever worked at an airport, that would be the stuff in my nightmares. I know that for sure. Alright, so can we actually board these people on? You know what? Something I realized I didn't do. I need to actually assign another vehicle over here because we need to have one for each one. Otherwise, we're going to take forever with getting these done. So there we go. Should be going on that one pretty soon. And we are getting another flight coming in another 2 hours. Ooh, we don't have a noon flight? That seems different. I usually... Seems like maybe someone's flight left without them because they were a little bit too slow, huh? Is it because you were too slow? Aerostar for what? Aerostar right here, this one that already departed? Yeah, that's your bad. That was totally your bad. Right, so, next up, we will build this out because I feel super bad and super weird that we have just a tiny hallway for all those people. And that's probably not gonna help with their needs and anything like that because, I mean, right now we have to cater to their needs though. That is something that is super important. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we maybe give them some kind of restroom, some kind of food. And you know where I'm going with this. Vending machines. Oh yeah, because we're going to have to get the vending machines, no doubt about that. Now, do I actually decrease the loans first or do I actually take out some loan research? I could go either way, honestly. But I do want some vending machines in here, no doubt about this. So let's see. Food vending right here. So let's go ahead and maybe prop... Ooh, I don't want to actually do that on that wall. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Ooh, those were actually super expensive. My bad, but you know what? Now these people should be not so bored because there's quite a few of them who actually have... Ooh, that hunger need. The environment need, though, is the worst one of all, it seems. So that's also... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, we should be making some money now because clearly there's a lot of people, you know, wanting their food. It seems there's just like one person bloop, 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 bloop every now and again. So these are probably going to pay themselves off, excuse me, in no time. Right, so how many more flights do we have? Ooh, we are, God dang it. I thought we could afford to pay off part of the loan today. Seems like that's not happening. Great. Well, on to the next day. So I did a thing. I actually took this research because I figured that if we're not going to be able to pay off the loans, I should say, as soon as is possible, then why not actually lower the interest rates? Also, my ex-favorite airline, Smart Airlux, terminated a flight. And so, thankfully, Galactic Point offered us a new one over here, and so we added that in. Unfortunately, we're not getting it today because you know how it goes. Let's see. Which one did they actually terminate, though? They terminated, the A380. No! That would have been a ton of money, but unfortunately it's just not gonna happen. Well, yeah, as you can see, we put the A350 in there, and I think that's all that we have available to us. Ooh, Rexicana. Normally, I'd be like, yeah, okay, we can do this. But you know what? Rexicana is so choosy that that's like a ticking time bomb right there. They can just, you know, suddenly lose interest all the passengers, and then they're just gonna pull their flight. We're gonna lose tons of money. That's not where I want to go with this at all. So, ooh, actually, that passenger satisfaction is kind of high. Well, seems like frustration's okay. Bladder's kind of okay despite the lack of any restrooms. And maybe we could take care of environment somehow by making it a little bit pretty. But that's just a waste of money right now because right now we are trying to pay off our loans. Cleanliness, I don't understand why that one was all the way down there. It seems a little bit weird because there's no trash anywhere. There's literally zero trash anywhere, so it's making no sense. Come on, you guys. What are you guys on, huh? Are you guys actually dropping them on the floor? I don't see any trash anywhere. Can you maybe stop complaining about trash being places when there's no trash? That's a little bit weird. Oh boy. All right, final approach right now. We should be getting some money. Oh, I can't wait to pay off part of this loan because this is getting a little bit frustrating that we can't really pay off the loan because we don't have enough money. I know I shouldn't have to. I know I shouldn't have taken it out at all, but I really wanted to get in the second gate because now we are making some kind of money. You see where I'm going with this? Like, a loan helps sometimes, and you know, we just have to be able to pay it off as soon as possible, which clearly is not happening. Right, so it seems like this flight actually leaves pretty close to that time, so maybe we can move this one up a little bit. and try to fit something else. So let's see, the A350, I think I'm going to put it in at noon altogether. Let's see, noon. You're moving into, let's just go for maybe 12:30, just because that flight's landing close enough to that time. So 12:30 there. And I want to actually watch this one to make sure that we actually use all this time, or if we do not, you know, I will try to move this one closer there. But now we have a bunch of time over here that has absolutely nothing. This one starts to look more yummy because of that, but I don't want to put ourselves in that hole because that's just super dangerous. And right now we should have close to enough money to actually pay this thing off. Wait, where's the next flight? Next flight is coming in at, oh, it's at 5. Well then, I guess we're not going to get the money anytime soon, which is kind of unfortunate. Man, scheduling is hard when the game's kind of not giving you enough flights. It's a little bit frustrating. It seems like before, there were plenty of flights, and then all of a sudden there's just not enough flights? Is that just me, or am I going crazy here? Because I could have sworn there were enough before. Anyway, how is this research going? Okay, we have that. I kind of want to get this, but I know that I'm going to need a COO, and I'm also going to need to not pay off the loan just to get that. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay off the loan first, make sure that we're making enough money, and then I'm going to get that afterwards. So let's go ahead and decrease that. So now we only owe $4,000 per day. Thank goodness, because paying out so much money per day was kind of sort of screwing us over. We could use that money for so many other things. Also, I swear we are living in the rainiest place in the world. Maybe somewhere like the Seattle area, because this is the rainiest it has ever been. I've never seen so much rain in a game. Like, jeez, can you just maybe chill out with the rain? That's not even in RimWorld. There's not this much rain in RimWorld, which is surprising because it seems like it rains there all the time, but just not this much. Right, so with what we have right now, it seems like this ticketing, the security, is okay for 2 gates. I have to wonder what it's going to be like for 3 gates, but of course we're going to need tons more money to expand all this way out here, so I am not even going to start touching that anytime soon. As for our flights for the day, it seems like we are done, so on to the next day where we have a kind of sort of new schedule, and maybe we'll get some more interest coming in here so we can grab some more flights. Well, if it isn't these little monsters actually kind of crawl right back into our schedule. Let's see, do we have any open areas for an afternoon flight? I mean, I could, but do I really want to? I mean, Smart Air Lux, you know, you've given me some kind of trouble. It's, I don't know how I feel about you right now. Sometimes you say yes, sometimes you say no. It's like a back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna grab it. Let's be honest here. We kind of need the money. 747s are gonna give us so much money. This is gonna be good. Right, so let's see. Smart Air Lux 747. We're gonna go ahead and drop you right up in here. I think that's more than enough. Ooh, that's a 747. We have to swap some things around. I suppose what we could do. That's a morning flight. These are morning flights. That's an afternoon flight. I mean, what's this one? Jeez. I thought this would be okay. Maybe it is, you guys. Maybe it is. Maybe what we could do is do something like, wait, that's not good. Maybe what we could do is do something like that, stagger them just a little bit like that, and maybe that's gonna be fine. Okay, whew. Let's try that and see if that works. Again, I am not the best with scheduling, but I am trying, okay? I am definitely trying. Why am I not the best with scheduling? Let's see, because I've never actually had to work on airline schedules before, so that's one tricky thing for me, for sure. But if you catch me in any other way, like, you know, maybe trying to schedule vacations, I am totally on that 110%. But for me, for some reason, this is just totally different. I don't know why my brain works that way, but it is what it is. So it seems like we're having a little bit of a slow throughput in security. We might actually have to expand that right now because this is not going to go so well, especially since we have 2 flights coming in around the same time. Oh, no, and they actually pushed everybody through nicely. So we should be having, let's see, a flight at 4 and a flight at 5. Is this going to go okay? I mean, everybody's coming in now for the 5 o'clock flight, so I think it's just fine. I'm surprised that, you know... Wait, is anybody coming in for the 5 o'clock flight? This one has... Wait, what? 10? What? Wait, did they cancel? Huh? What? Huh? Am I looking at this wrong? Is this thing just missing something, or am I going crazy right now? I'm pretty sure it's missing something. Oh, whatever. Oh, we almost have enough flight. Jeez. Oh, you guys, this whole thing here is like stressed me out a little bit, so I apologize for that. But we almost have enough money, there we go, to actually pay this whole thing off, and that means that we can very soon afford light rail, or I could just get light rail first. But that means that we're gonna have to fire our COO, which, you know what, I might not have a problem with, because I don't think any of these guys actually require one. It's just maybe that guy right there, maybe one more person, but I'm not too concerned with that. Right, so COO, say good, or excuse me, CFO, say goodbye to your life. There we go. Rest in peace. Or I guess find a new job. Good luck. Ooh, I don't know. Alright, so we should be getting some more flights coming in soon so we can actually do this whole thing. But first things first is that we actually have to hire a COO. Probably shouldn't have fired the CFO and should have just made another office. That probably would have been cheaper, but whatever. Whatever. What's done is done. Alright, so now we just need one more flight to land so we can actually afford this, or some nice food income, because food income always can help us. But it seems like nobody's actually buying anything at the vending machines, which is a little bit sad, but there we go. We got our next flight, and let's get that. Yes. So, light rail, finally. Light rail is maybe going to help us actually get rid of buses for the most part, because I hate buses. I hate that they take up so much time and space on this one road that we have. It just seems like buses are never really worth it, at least in my opinion. But the light rail, it has its own track, you know, that we, ooh. Uh-oh, it seems like some flight left without its people. Yeah, there we go, that one. Yeah, I think that we might need a bigger security already. Alright, let's add one more set of stuff over here. Security equipment, and hopefully that one's going to help. Let's see, we're going to need a metal detector. Is this in the right direction? Maybe? I still can't tell, honestly. My bad. And we're going to get a bag scanner up in here, right there. And of course, another check ID stand, because that's just the way it works. Or ID check stand. Call it what you want. It is what it is. There we go. So there we go. So we're going to go ahead and extend this to here. And we're going to hire 1, 2, 3. There we go. So 3 more security staff should be able to take care of this. Hopefully they get these things in pretty quickly before the next big flights come in, because we should be having... Wait, is that tomorrow? I think it might be tomorrow. Never mind. I was like, we should be having that coming in pretty soon. Sorry, but no, I don't think it's coming in pretty soon. It's probably coming in tomorrow. Right, so extra security. Let's see how this goes. It seems like maybe people are, for the most part, ignoring this. Oh, maybe not so much. It seems like maybe people just flowed over here kind of sort of slowly, but it happened. And that was pretty quick. That was actually pretty quick. Might need to add 2 more pretty soon, though, but for now, I think it's... Oh, maybe it's not okay, but I blame those people. I swear. You saw that. One person literally just showed up. That was not my fault at all. Oh, what are we going to do with these stragglers? Like, they need to show up a little bit sooner. Maybe. Just maybe. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the light rail station right outside here. I was thinking I was going to put it down here. But I think over here might be better because, of course, we're going to get some drop-offs and some pickups. So the pickups can just flow this way, but the drop-offs can go immediately in here so they won't have to run around a little bit late, because it seems like that tends to happen, and I don't really like that it happens. None scheduled there, none scheduled there. I guess because they're landing right now, is that why? Yeah, that's exactly why. Alright, got it. So it seems like we have a steady flow of flights for now. So maybe tomorrow this whole thing will reset and we should see the new schedule, which I hope looks plentiful, because I don't want to lose any more flights for now. Let's be real here, it's been costing us quite a bit that we've continuously lost some flights, especially that Star Connect flight. We lost $9,000 with that. That was not good at all, but I had to grab it just for the money. The money was totally worth it. I regret nothing. I would do it again if I had to. The end. Alright, so unfortunately we don't have enough money to pay off our loan, but maybe tomorrow we will, so let's go on to the next day again. Luckily, we didn't lose too much today. It was just $3,000 from the bank loan interest, and not much for other services. So, it seems like we might have completed our research for the light rail, so let's go ahead and get a platform. It is free, thank goodness, and oh, it's actually not even with this area here, which is a little bit unfortunate. I guess I'll just drop it kind of sort of like that there. Right, so now we have light rail, which is going to be really good here because I hate buses. So I'm going to just make sure that the buses are daily, and the light rail is much more expensive than buses, no doubt. So I'm just going to make sure that it stays hourly, or maybe every 2 hours. We shall see. But I don't want buses, and the light rail cleans up the streets, so that's really the good thing about it to me. I know it's going to take more money, but it's going to clean up the streets. It's going to make sure that maybe more people can get on at once, which is, to me... the benefit of this, because I don't really like having, buses everywhere. The buses gave me a headache a long time ago, and we already lost some money. But look at that. Look at how many people are actually getting off that thing. And unfortunately, nobody's getting on, but you know what? That's okay. I am okay with that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the pickup zone up to this area over here, because I think that's probably where it belongs now. So let's get rid of that right there, and we're going to go ahead and move this zone up into right here. Sure. Let's go for another, 20 by 5. Sure. Right, so let's see. When our first flights actually land, we should see just how people go in there. I might actually not even need... Oh, maybe this is okay. Maybe this is just fine. Because it seems like it's always dropping off a lot of people at once, which is kind of nice. I was thinking that, that's not so good, but if we're gonna... Let's see, we need 10 buses to pay that off. I don't think we would get 10 buses, which... I mean, look at that. Look how many people are actually flowing in here. Fine, I'll keep this just because I like the way it works. And it seems like we're getting more cars. If that becomes a problem, that we get more cars, I will put on more buses. Maybe take off some of the light rail. But for now, it's okay. Ooh, look at that. Look at how many people are actually waiting there. Oh, and most of them cleared out. It seems like there's still a lot of people waiting in the pickup zone for some reason. You guys don't want to get picked up by that? You realize there's only one bus per day that you're not actually getting picked up any other way, so you should probably just go over there. And now it seems like maybe they want to wait for a car. Maybe they actually are waiting for buses, which would be kind of dumb because we no longer have buses. And yeah, the satisfaction is dropping big time. So that means that despite trying to, change things around, it seems like we're going to need more buses. So fine, let's go for every 4 hours. And this we're going to do every 2 hours. Let's try that and see how that one works there. And hopefully that's gonna, everybody just like pieced out on foot, which, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that, just as long as they leave. So, about the money, let's go ahead and pay this off finally so we won't have any loans. And we basically already purchased most everything that we wanted. Although, land expansion would be nice, but we don't exactly need it right now. Road building would also be nice, but we, again, don't need it right now. Maybe this other bank loan, however... I'm not so good with loans, so I'm not going to grab it because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take out all the loans and build this whole thing up and be like, oh, wait, why am I suddenly being charged like $10,000? Okay, no, not even $10,000. $100,000. I'm kidding. Like, let's see. What's the realistic price here? Like, maybe $20,000 per day? Maybe more than that? Maybe like $28,000, something like that per day? It's going to be crazy, okay? It's going to be really crazy and probably not the best thing for me to do, so I'm going to just stay far, far away from that. It seems like these people are still waiting for a bus. Come on. Wait here. There's going to be a train coming in pretty soon. Isn't it on the hour? Did I say? Oh, I said every 2 hours. My bad. Oh, boy. So that's, I think I'm going to have to keep it on the hour because it seems like every 2 hours is not working. So hourly, let's do this. Let's see, it should be coming in right now. There we go. And we should get some buses as well. So maybe people are going to actually go onto the bus. Yes. Okay, good. So it seems like we actually do need both, which it sucks. It honestly sucks. I was hoping we wouldn't. Oh, whatever. It is what it is. And we are already getting enough money that I am not too worried about that. However, we seem to need more money. And that means we're going to have to build out to here. It means we're going to have to get a ton more stuff. So what I think I'm going to do... I am going to build a second office just so we can get the CFO back, which was my bad. I know. We're going to get the CFO back and make sure that he stays this time so he can get us some nice little loans, because I know I said I wouldn't, but it seems like I'm going to have to just so I can build out some more. Let's go ahead and drop that right up in there. Drop this right up in here. And we are going to need a door as well. Oh, what the? Did that guy just zoom in here? I wasn't watching, but I'm pretty sure he just zoomed in. That was a little bit scary. Where the heck is this door? Right there. All right. Oh, that is not a door at all. All right, there we go. So now we have another office. So good. Let's see. Office right here. We're going to go ahead and draw that up just like that and hire ourselves a CFO. Even though there's technically no door. There we go. All right. So we have that going for us. Let's go ahead and do this bank loans. And well, we'll see just how much of this loan we're going to have to take in the next episode, because that is it for this episode of SimAirport. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, show your support, and subscribe if you already haven't. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome night.